Good evening. Welcome to Touch Class Boxing. I go by the name Biyenge, featuring your Truly Tre, and we've got man like Daps on the show. Run that.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Yes, let's go. Yo. Yes, lads, obviously, we've got a special show. Obviously, we've got a special guest as well. Got man like Daps, man. Daps, how you doing, my brother? How you doing?
Thank you for having me. First time on at last as well, and it's mad because I'm a big boxing fan, but it's just never worked out. But I'm here to get some education as well because I need bringing up to speed from where I dropped off.
That's it, man.
I know this is the best place to be to get that as well.
Of course, man. You got obviously myself, yours truly, Trey, and we've got the big man himself, obviously Mr. Sports Entertainment, Biyenge. What you saying, cuz, man? How's your weekend been?
Listen, weekend's been all right. How's your weekend been? I mean, United, what happened there?
You know what? I've actually got the scarf because obviously it's the 6th today. The 6th is a special day today. Busby Babe, so we obviously remember the footballers that we obviously lost on that day, and it's part of our history behind Manchester United. So that's why I've got the scarf on, man. Out of respect, man. But obviously the game, I'm not happy with the game, but we had a lot of boxing action, which I'm excited to talk
Moved
about.
on like that.
Moved on very quickly.
If we want to talk about knockouts, yeah, we're not talking about knocked out of tournaments.
Straight in. Cuz, man, obviously, I just want to run this through with you anyway, man. Otto Wallin, his performance yesterday. What's your general thoughts about Otto Wallin's performance, man?
Shocking. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely shocking. I mean, look, just the other day, he was complaining, saying that Dylan White was ducking him. There's no way in hell Dylan was ducking him. That performance there was terrible. Come on, man. That was terrible. No, I mean, look, EA's a boxer or whatnot, but come on. I don't know who he was fighting, but come on, man. And he has the audacity to be calling out big names like Andy Ruiz or AJ and all them lot. Come on, man. You're mocking it, mate. You're mocking it. No way.
Who's Dylan White ever dodged, please?
Dylan White hasn't dodged no one.
Listen, one thing you'll realise, I am Team White, like fully. Fuck Team AJ, fuck Fury. For me, White is the realest guy in British boxing.
Respect, man.
Look, and what he's been through, he ain't dodging no one. Man's been shot, kidnapped. Shut up, man. He ain't dodged nothing. He's had harder upbringing than any of them, man, as well. So he does not dodge anyone. He's just waiting to win a fucking world title. That's all he's waiting.
Trust me.
But Otto Wallin, mate, he needs. Do you know what? He needs another fight. He needs to fight someone like, I don't know. Let's say Triple D, or what's his name? Derek Chisora.
Yeah. Ooh. Hold on. Yes. Is that the one that Hearn's saying he wants to see as well? Hearn wants for Chisora. There's someone he really wants Chisora to fight. It might even be
Wilder.
No, not the Wilder one. Nah, not the Wilder one. The Wilder one was maybe he got taken in the wrong way. There is someone that he's fully saying. I'm sure it is. He's been saying, for me, that's the type of fight that I think would be a crazy fight, like Chisora, and is more Chisora's level now.
Not too sure.
I mean, Wilder could cause Chisora some serious problems in his future lifetime, to be honest. So.
That's what I was like. It would be. I would more want to see Wilder like fight maybe an AJ. Do you know what I mean? That's the fight that I want to see. If I wanted to see any fight, and with Wilder obviously not being inactive for such a long time as all now, I think the only fight that he would sort of come up for is either AJ or White, man.
But who should Otto Wallin fight next? Because, bruv, yesterday's performance was terrible.
Yeah, man, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The only reason why Wallin has the sort of status that he has is because of the fight he had with Fury, and you caused him a problem. But
that was like,
yesterday's performance was shocking. It was absolutely shocking, man.
Yeah, I don't know. The Fury fight almost, you know, the one saying, I don't want to be cliche, but the one saying, Ty loves this saying as well, actually, is what is it?
Love time, man.
I'm going to forget it now, about make fights. That basically styles make fights, right?
Stars make fights.
And
Yeah.
for me, yeah, the Fury Oscar. How do you pronounce his second name?
Who? Who are you talking about?
Oscar.
Alexander Usyk.
No. The guy we're talking about. I
Oh,
just
Otto Wallen.
Yeah, Otto Wallen. Sorry, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
For me, when he fought Fury, his style just wasn't good for Fury. That just was like it was just a very boring, uncomfortable, and of course, it wasn't the Fury that we now know. But it was, that. Who would he suit?
Derek Chisora.
Derek Chisora? I think
Or
that would be a good fight.
Derek Chisora, Joe Joyce, Triple D.
Or
What's his name?
matey boy, Ruiz.
Ruiz. I fancy Ruiz and Joseph Parker rematch.
All day long. What a fight!
Yeah. We need to see that rematch again. That's the fight we need to see next, man.
Absolutely. I think the way Parker's changed since he's under his new new people, you're going to see a more explosive Parker. Yeah. I mean, that would, you know what? If we actually look at that, it would be. I went to the Parker AJ fight. That would be another interesting one. See Parker now under this camp to fight Joshua, because you know he might have that little bit more aggression that might get him that little bit closer to Joshua and really put it on Joshua and see that would be an interesting one.
Yeah, no, definitely. So look, with the Wallen fight, like obviously we looked at his performance. Wasn't the best performance, but look, Kaz, man, let me just ask you the quick question as well, man. So after that performance, based on the available fighters, if you were his manager, who would you suggest for him to fight next?
I'll frame it dependent. You have to fight the likes of, like I said, Derek Chisora, Triple G, or Joe Joyce, because look, there's no way. There's no way. With I know everybody has a bad day in the office here, but come on, like just I got a few months ago they were complaining saying how Dylan was faking a shoulder injury, didn't want to fight Wallen. Come on, man, nonsense.
Trust me.
I think, you know what? I think you're right. The what's it called one? The Joe Joyce might be an interesting one as well, because I think that for Joe Joyce as well was probably what he needs, to be honest, as well.
Exactly. You guys got it absolutely spot on, man. Look, guys, man, I just want to run through this next one as well. For me, I'm not even gonna lie to you. For me, this fighter, she, I would say, brought some stardust to the UK. I love her energy. I love her vibe. And I'm talking about the GOAT, man. I'm talking about Clarissa Shields. She obviously made her return to the UK yesterday. And for me personally, I'm not going to lie, her performance yesterday was a masterclass. She outboxed her boxer, a durable boxer as well, who she basically came in to survive against Clarissa Shields. That was her target, to go through the 10 rounds. She did it. But the performance based on Savannah Marshall, who was obviously in the crowd, she was saying it was a bit boring. But, cuz, what's your thoughts about the fight, man? What's your thoughts?
Nah, Clarissa Shields, she done a good job. That's why they call her the GOAT for a reason, you know. Savannah's gonna say that because they have to hype the fight up, you know. Because my understanding is Savannah beat her in the amateurs. This was years ago. But again, this is amateurs. This is now professional boxing, so there's levels to this. And you know, hopefully, Savannah gets past her opponent, and we should see this fight in June. If I'm honest with you, I think it's gonna be somebody's getting knocked out.
Ooh, you think
Somebody's getting knocked out. Yeah.
No, you don't see that too often in female boxing.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm loving it because it's female boxing, female action. You know, so I mean, with Savannah, she's got knockout power. Clarissa Shields, she's skillful. Bro. She's just skillful. But we shall see. You know, the best woman will win in the night, unless
I think.
Unless it's so tight that it's a draw, and then they run it again.
definitely agree with you. Look, Daps, man, I just want to quickly run this question by you as well, man. Obviously, I don't know how familiar you are with Clarissa Shields' ability, of course, man. But um, did you manage to watch the
Yeah, I
fight
watched
yesterday?
it. I watched
Yeah,
it. I watched it. I watched
what
it.
did you think
You know
of her
what? Right.
performance?
So with women's boxing, firstly, I love it. Yeah, I love the crowds that are getting in on it as well. The crowds are really going up. Obviously, I know her. You can't really not know her name. Like she's been about. She's picked up so many belts. So in the fight, I think you're right. Look, sometimes these type of fights, people don't look amazing. Yeah, but it doesn't matter, right? She came away from America. She won. Professional. Sometimes professional doesn't look that great. We're going to move on and talk about someone that looked potentially quite good yesterday, but I don't think they look good because they didn't look professional. So I thought she looked professional. She clearly won the fight, but then to go with how she brought the energy after the fight, right? There was some smack talk, and you really do not see that in women's boxing too tough. And that is why I think there could be a knockout. I agree, there could be a knockout because all of a sudden you could, and even when the cameras went away, apparently it carried on. Yeah. Like there's some spice around that fight. And spice brings knockouts because it makes people not fight so professional, and it makes people like, prime example is the Dylan White AJ in the first round, was it? Where
The
Dylan
third
lost
round,
his
yeah.
Dylan just turned road. Dylan was like, forget any of this. Let's turn this. Man, them, you can come in the ring. Let's just rush this, Don.
That's
And
it, Royal Rumble.
yeah, and because there was so much build up, and you know the next time if he ever fights AJ again, it'll be completely different because there won't be any of that because Dylan's come on a journey. So I think she's brought that. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight. I am looking forward to seeing that fight, and it's one of the big ones. Where did these two sit compared to Katie Taylor as far as weight wise and whatever?
Oh, it's a bit different. Yeah, yeah. So
Is it?
obviously, uh, it's a bit of a strange one because Clarissa Shields, she's gone up in weight a few times.
Yeah,
She's obviously now going to be sort of campaigning at welterweight, but then she's going to fight Savannah Marshall in a different weight division as
yeah.
well, man. So
It does
it's
happen more in women's boxing, doesn't
yeah,
it? They move about
she's
the
gonna
weights a
be
lot more
she's
than
gonna be fluctuating up and down
yeah.
the weight anyway, man. So, but from my understanding, yesterday's fight was a welterweight fight, and
Right.
yeah, she can go up to middleweight.
And that
So
we're probably going to be looking that fight's probably going to be a summer fight, right? I would imagine.
True,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
In the
June. Just
UK.
all depends. It all depends on
yeah,
when Savannah Marshall obviously wins her fight that's coming up. Of course,
yeah.
she's got a fight coming up in Newcastle, I believe.
Is
So
it? Yeah. So
um,
is it next week?
Next month.
next
Next
month,
month. Next
yes,
month.
Yeah, next month,
yes.
yeah.
That's going to be a good fight for him, man. So, look, man, obviously, Clarissa Shields came to UK, done her thing, and like you said, Daps, man, I loved what I saw after the fight. I
Mm.
loved that. This is the sort of stuff that we as fans, we want to see
Yeah,
competitiveness. We want to see fighters that they respect each other, but there is an edge about the fight that's coming up
yeah,
as well, man. And look, I'm excited about it, man. And look, big. I just want to obviously use this platform as well to big up Salita Promotions as well. Salita Promotions, they obviously promote Savannah, Clarissa Shields,
right.
and they're doing a tremendous job, especially with what they're doing in the UK,
Yeah,
bringing Clarissa Shields to the UK as well. And you can just tell that the fans love her. Everyone was talking about the slippers. I'm sure the slippers was one of the most googled things on Google as well. So look, big up Salita Promotions. I hope the fight comes in London, and if that fight's in London, have to watch that, man. Have to
yeah.
watch that. Have to watch that anyway, man. But look, I'm excited about this section. I'm not gonna lie. I am very excited about this section. And I know Daps, man, you've got a lot of things to say about this, man. So,
Well,
cuz
if it's the section, I think it is.
it's the big one. It's the big one, man. So let me start. Let me just start this off. Obviously, next gen, in my opinion, he conquered Wales. Cuz before we obviously go to Daps, who's got a lot of things to say about the fight. what's your general opinion about next gen, about Mr. Eubank Jr., about the man that's being trained by Roy Jones Jr.? What's your thoughts, man?
Listen, Eubank is serious. He yesterday he laid a smackdown on Liam Williams, bro. Like he outboxed him in his hometown. Like he took him to school. He took him to school, and some were saying he could have finished the job. In round four, we knocked him down how many times? By a jab.
Yeah, yeah,
What,
it
four
was
times?
three
By a
knockdowns.
jab, bro.
Yeah,
Three
three
knockdowns. Yeah.
knockdowns in 4 rounds, in under
Mm.
4 rounds. So it
Listen,
was he blitzed him in the first 5 rounds.
I told everyone, I said to everyone, look, everybody asked me their prediction, who do you think's going to win? I said Eubank, but I said, well, Williams, he's a tough opponent. He will bring it on. But then, because he was losing, he was playing dirty. But he lost to a better man. He lost to a better man. But the question is, who's next?
Who's next, man? Before we talk about who's next, obviously Daps, you're next. I know you've got absolutely a lot of things to say about this fight. You was eager to join. And look, before I say anything, Daps, I have to do this live on show. I love the background, man. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. I love your show.
Wow.
Mutual respect. There we go.
I absolutely love that, man. All because of you guys, man. So God bless, man. But look, what's your thoughts, man? You wanted to get out.
So are you man like part of Eubank's entourage?
No.
Because you man know your boxing, but from what I just heard, I'm like, all right, there must be some bias there. Right, for me, I do agree. I do agree with some things you say.
Yeah.
Did he prove he's a better man than Williams? Yeah, hands down. Is he a better boxer than Williams? Yeah, fucking hands down. Absolute hands down. Like Eubank is Eubank a really exciting boxer to watch? Yes, he is. Right. However, if I'm looking at the fight yesterday, Eubank showed me nothing new whatsoever. Right? Actually, no, he did. He showed me once again he's got a fucking chin on him. That is one thing I will say. The guy does have a fucking solid chin. But there's levels to this, right? And the levels that Eubank puts himself at, right, should not be fighting Williams, right? So to fight Williams and then to be like, yeah, I'm proven. No, for me, you've proven nothing. You should have smacked Williams up. I saw a lot of air shots, far too many air shots from Eubank. Look, should he have finished it earlier? Maybe, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. And you know what? But I kind of want to say he didn't not finish it early because he wasn't trying. Because I was seeing a lot of fucking air shots, right? And I just look. It's similar to like if I look at Khan. When I look at Khan, every time he stepped up to a certain level, it failed. Every time, realistically, it failed. I feel like right now with Eubank, that's the same with him. Like, Matey Boy beat him early in his career. To be fair,
Are you talking about Billy
Joe.
Joe?
Billy Joe, who I'm a big Billy Joe fan. Billy Joe scored Eubank. I actually went to the Groves fight in Manchester. Groves absolutely so. When after the fight yesterday, Eubank saying, people think I can't box. I think I've come out and shown people. No, if you're talking about a school of boxing, Groves schooled you, right? What you showed yesterday, I still believe if he steps up to a certain level, he has to be very careful which belt he chases, because Golovkin is not the Golovkin we knew of Prime. Golovkin will still tear him to pieces, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just not sold on Eubank. I'll still continue to watch his fights, and that will mean if I have to do pay-per-view, I will, because I enjoy watching his fights. I hate his arrogance because I feel he puts himself up here and he hasn't earned it yet. Like, but hey, it was supposed to be a bit of a we hate each other, and yeah, he did show him levels, and credit to him that he also did go to Wales and do it. But I wasn't astounded with his boxing at all. Way too many air shots. Way. I mean, you might have seen the stats, but I would imagine the stats are crazy for the amount of
It's crazy. It was crazy.
And also, it showed naivety from Williams. Williams just kept stepping in. And did you not clock? Most times Williams hit the canvas, the camera didn't even catch it because it was just out of.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh fucking hell, he's down again. It was like,
Yeah,
honestly,
it was crazy. It was
It was
crazy.
like just out of. He was just falling for simple traps and just being caught with, it was just being caught. And I just think the levels weren't there where I'm gonna get carried away on Eubank yet. I'm really not. And he's 31. It's not spring chicken now.
I'm not gonna lie. Look, Daps, man, I 100% understand where you're coming from and understand why you're obviously saying saying what you're saying. And look, just in defense of the sort of Williams and Eubanks fight, domestically in Britain, Williams was classed as the number 2. Obviously, Eubank is classed as the number 1. So it was only right that one fought 2, and you just obviously saw the levels, man. And look, I'm just also going to put it out there as well. Chris Eubank, I'm not going to lie. For a second, it felt like I was watching Deja Vu. It felt like I was watching Roy Jones for a second. At times, I'm not going to lie to you. At times,
some of it,
people may have their sort of thoughts about Eubank because of his character, but I'm not going to lie. What Roy Jones is doing with Chris Eubank is exceptionally well. I'm not going to lie. He looks like a more comfortable fighter now.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing so it was Eubank that for ages didn't have a fucking trainer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was running up until the Groves fight, and then after the Groves fight, he went away and realised, you know what? Because I mean, just the simple things Groves did with the, every time Groves hit Eubank, he just put his arm on Eubank's shoulder and just lean, and it was like, Eubank, you're not this is the levels. It's like watching Fernandinho play football, where that dark art, it's very important in every sport, understanding the dark art. I think now yesterday, there were times where, don't get me wrong, like I keep saying, Eubank is an exciting boxer, right? And also I could see the changes. I just wonder if at times he's still Chris Eubank Jr. and he's still gonna, you know what, all boxers do it, where they go into, your corner might be telling you something, but I'm being drawn into a battle. I don't like this guy, so I'm going to forget what my corner's told me. And that needs to be drummed out of him if he wants to get to that fighting Golovkin and doing Golovkin summit. And maybe even, I swear he's called out
Saunders.
Alvarez before Canelo. I swear he has before. If he wants to get to that level, he really needs to get rid of that completely and just listen to Roy Jones. Like, because you can't, and I do agree, it makes sense they fought, but that's fine. So that puts him the best in a kind of washed weight at the moment in the UK. That doesn't mean you can start calling out names like fucking Canelo Alvarez.
It's true. Look, Biyenge, cuz, man, obviously I wanted to run this by you anyway, man, and obviously Eubank's won now, and now I'm looking at the middleweight division, and I'm looking at the champions, and I'm gonna sort of give you the names of the champions, and if you were Wasserman, so the promotion company that deals with Eubank, what would you do? So we've got the WBC champion, who's obviously Charlo. We've got the IBF champion, who's Triple G. We've got the WBO champion, who's Demetrius Andrade, and the Super WBA champion is Ryota, of course, Ryota Murata, and also the regular champion is Erislandia Lara. So out of the sort of names that I've given you, if you were to sort of pick a route for Eubank, because in my opinion now that he's, let's say, classed as British number 1, he needs a world title shot now. So
most definitely,
do you think, and what route do you think is the best route for Eubank?
Just reflecting on what Daps is saying here, that he wasn't too happy with Eubank's performance. I personally think that Eubank shouldn't fight Triple G. He should probably challenge Charlo, because that fight, it will be a serious fight, and Eubank, you will see the best of Eubank.
So I just brought this up to have a quick look at it still.
Yeah, no, it's the perfect thing to do, in fact. So you reckon Charlo would be the best fight for him?
Charlo, yeah, that will definitely do numbers. Because look, put it this way,
Yeah, it would.
if he fights Triple G, let's just say he beats Triple G, you already know the fans will be like, oh, well, he was no longer in his prime, blah 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 blah. Whereas Charlo's in his prime, but still in his prime, and it will do numbers. It will do pay-per-view fights.
Yeah, it will. We'll agree with that.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
anything,
definitely.
Charlo will come here in the UK and defend his belt.
Yeah, what are you saying, Daps?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just having a real quick look because you're right. I was just trying to think of who Canelo fought last, but who Canelo fought last, he stepped up, hadn't he? He stepped into a different way. I'm just thinking there's the what's the ring middleweight?
So basically, it's the ring. So they in each division, basically, there is a
The ring belt.
champion.
So that's vacant right now.
Yeah, it's vacant. Yeah, it's vacant. But you would want
Andrade?
to actually win a world title.
A belt first before you go in for that. Yeah, I mean, right. So Andrade will be a name that people will put out there. I think he beats Andrade quite easily. I'm not a big Andrade fan, but there's probably going to be technicalities of making that fight because of Hearn, and don't think he really likes working with Hearn too tough. Although Hearn, Eubank's sister is actually with one of the guys that runs Matchroom with Eddie.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's mad, isn't it?
No, yeah. She's married to him. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's mad, but they can't work together. Yeah. But I think the Andrade fight would be one that I think if Eubank wanted the easier fight, I think the Andrade fight for me would be the easier fight. And then, yeah, I think you're bang on. I think actually, if you look at it and I think Charlo is a great shout, because that is that's a jump up, a massive jump up. And he's 31. He's not young. This is the thing. It's not like he's 27 and he's 31, right? He needs to. And the good thing is he is America-based. He is known in America. I don't think that would be a UK fight for me. I think that's happening in Vegas. I think the fact I don't think Charlo would want to come over to the UK. And to be frank with you, Eubank hasn't got that much of an advantage fighting in the UK. He's not got a massive UK crowd. Like it's not like everyone loves him. Is going to go. It would do numbers, but it's not going to be a passionate Eubank crowd. It's going to be
Eubank. He has got he's got a decent fan base. Because look, remember when he fought James DeGale at Arena?
Yeah, I went to that as well.
You went to that one as well. Daps, man, you've been about, innit? You've been.
I go to a lot. I was third row for Spence Brook as well.
Oh, you know what? That fight is always a legendary fight, man. Look,
killed me.
We've got a little comment here. So look, big up, John, for obviously coming on the show.
Right, John.
Saying, you're right, lads. Yes, man. Well done, man. Enough love, John, for jumping on. Obviously,
Charlo's hard. The more I think about it, though, Charlo is a hard ass.
But that's the fight. You know what? That's if. Do
you think he wants that though? I don't know if he's ready for that. I think he's going to take someone a bit lower in America.
Listen, think of it this way, yeah. Me and Trey said this before. Before the pandemic, a lot of boxers were being protected or have easier fights and that. And this is the time. This is the prime time. No excuse. If you say you're the best, everybody. If you say you're the best, they say, shut up. Do you know what I mean? This is it. Like your opponent. Because when you win the belt, you think about the rules. You can't be boxer and say I'm legacy. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't make no sense.
I hear you, and I do think it's the right time. I just think that is a hard ass fight. That's not that's
a big fight.
And that's as fans what we want to see. We don't want to see.
It's what we want to see. It's what Eubank wants to see. I agree with you. It's just we'll see. But I totally agree with you. Look, and he wins that, he gets whether it be Golovkin or whether if he wins that fight, he probably could get the Canelo fight. So the Golovkin fight, whichever he wants.
But the thing is about the Triple G fight. I'm not gonna lie. The way I see things, and this is just my perspective of that situation. Anyway, I think Triple G is coming up to the end of his career. He's on the decline right now. So I think that Chris Eubank fighting Triple G as soon as possible is the best time.
Yeah.
He needs to fight him as soon as possible, in my opinion. You want to fight Triple G when he's in his decline. Is that not?
Okay. What if Triple G beats him? Then what?
then he's gonna have to go for a different route, man. Yes,
I think. Look, this is the thing.
honestly.
This is the thing. I guess he's at a point in his career, yeah, where it is that now. It's make or break.
Mm.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing, right? If he loses to Charlo, what if? If he loses to
But-
Golovkin,
but-
what if? It's which
Okay,
one
if
brings
he
more
loses
paper,
to
probably.
Charlo, if he loses to Charlo, everyone, do you know what? Ooh, like it was a serious fight. Charlo was a hard competitor. You know, they can run it again, or he can do it. He can go another route. But if he loses to Triple G, people are like, wait, hold on, Triple G's in his prime, rough, like about to retire, then people would be like, Chris Henry, blah blah
And
blah.
to
You
be
know, so
and you know what? I think if he loses to Charlo, he could still bring Triple G to the UK and fight Triple G in the UK. That would still happen. And then if he wants to win that, he can go again because he's just beat Triple G.
Definitely agree with you guys, man. Definitely agree with you guys. Obviously, we've got another comment from John Big Up, man, for just even tuning into the show. He's obviously saying Eubank looked dodgy last night. To put it nicely, first couple he was good, but got gassed after the fourth round. Lads, obviously, I'm going to ask you first, cuz man, what's your general thoughts about that, man? Do you agree? Do you think that's the case?
I don't know. I don't know. I just think because I think round 4 when Liam hugged him or bear hugged him, so he probably tied him down. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a trick.
I think he was alright throughout. Yeah, it's a trick,
Look, he probably never looked shaken. To be fair, even when even the one or two times Williams did catch him, he wasn't stumbling for long. He'd kind of stumbled back, but it wasn't no shit. I need to compose myself. Wait to the end of this round. At no point was it like that. Whereas with Williams, it's hard because I don't want to act like I thought he was awful because he wasn't. And definitely, I've got a lot of respect for his chin now. And he definitely has that snap power because he put him on his ass. What was it, 4 or 5 times in the end?
Yeah,
it was 4. I think it was 4.
Four times.
Like in different rounds. So it wasn't like he put him on his ass and then because he wasn't composed, put him on his ass again. He let my guy get composed and a round or two later put him on his ass again. So
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna be 100% frank with you. You play FIFA, right?
Nah, I don't, you know.
Or do you, any sort of football game you play?
I used to when I was younger, so I can probably get
all right. So I'll give you a scenario. What Eubank did yesterday, simply, you know, when you're playing your boys and you're up by like 3 goals.
Yeah.
And you
well, it should be 3 and off, really. Should be 3 and off, but
it should be, obviously that's the rules that we go by. But in a sort of normal scenario,
yeah,
Eubank was up by like 3 goals and was just playing around, doing skills and doing what you would. That's how I would describe what happened yesterday.
yeah.
Honestly.
I get what you're saying. It's a bit like when City played United at Old Trafford this year. It was 2-0 and we could have gone for more, but we just played with them.
I knew he was going to drop that. I knew it, man. You had to be a City fan to drop that. I love that.
But ultimately, it's interesting to see what Eubank does next because he's done what he needed to do, and now it is definitely he has to go for the big ones now. And there's no more. He's talked that he wants them for long enough. Now, if you really want them, you're going to go and get them.
Definitely agree. Look, cuz man. So before we obviously run through our last little topic, look I'm just going to ask you just quickly. So you're saying Charlo next, yeah?
Yeah, Charlo, yeah.
That's a good option. You know what? I'm not going to lie. If I were to sort of pick an opponent based on the availability, I'm not going to lie. I would personally want to see. It's a tough one, man, because the WBC champion is obviously Charlo, man, and that green belt for me just holds a lot of value, man. I don't know what it is about the WBC belt.
Always does. It's mad, innit? WBC just bangs differently. It does.
All the faces of the legends.
We've seen it with Fury.
Yeah.
Seen it with Fury. Fury held 1 to Joshua's 3, but it was like it's the WBC, baby.
The WBC,
you can't like. It's mad how belt. One belt. You know what? I'm just looking at this. You know what? Eubank is ranked very highly in most. He's number 1 in WBA.
Yep.
He is number 3 in WBC. He is number 5 in WBO. I guess that means he's just been floating about fighting in a few different weights. But
you said he's number 1 in WBA, then, yeah?
Yeah. Number 1 in
WBA.
WBA.
Fight the super champion, then he used to fight Royal Murata.
Yeah, he's number 1 in WBA still.
Yeah, that'll be a good fight for him.
I don't know. I feel like if I was him, I mean, me personally, I want to see him against.
If you was Chris Eubank,
If I'm a fan, I want to see him fight Charlo. I don't want to see him fight Golovkin or Canelo yet. I want to see Charlo because Charlo. I want to see how good Charlo is as well. That is the perfect fight for both of them. Yeah.
Big up. Yeah, you know.
However, if I was his promoter, who is his promoter? Kel is it Sauerland?
Sauerland, yes.
Sauerland,
exactly.
Yeah. Right. All right, so he does work with Hearn occasionally. If I was him, I would take the Demetrius fight, and I would try and win the WBO. I think
with Demetrius, is he gonna vacate the belt because
there's talk of that, isn't it?
Yeah. I think he wants to move up to, I believe, super middleweight.
Yeah, Dodge. Because I don't know.
And
oh, that's mad. So let's say the belt gets vacated, then that's up for grabs, basically.
I think he wants Canada.
It's looking juicy anyway. Look, lads, man. As much as I would love to spend my hours talking about Eubank, of course I would love to. Look, before we obviously head over to our next topic, man, I just wanted to just use this platform to big up man like Roy Jones Jr. The job that he's done with Eubank Jr. has been tremendous, and I think them two can really do something in the division. I don't know, you were just about to say something, cuz who was going to say?
Me? No.
Yeah. Oh no, that's cool, man. But yeah, so next topic.
Just on that topic real quick, I think actually, right now we're in an era where some of the trainers they're making a big difference. Like they really are. I think Crunk Boxing, what they did to Fury is crazy. Honestly, insane. And only one fight, but what they've done with Parker as well is
amazing.
I think, I'm interested to see who Joshua has decided to go with as well.
Ooh, wow, it's going to be a crazy one. It's going to be a crazy one. Look, obviously,
something tells me.
Yep.
Now, something tells me that these trainers actually left. I think because he hasn't said anything. Nobody's come out. It's all speculations. I got a feeling that he might add more into the camp, and Ron McCracken might still be the head.
Yeah, I think it is. From what I've seen, I think you're bang on. From what I've seen in interviews, I think McCracken is always going to be about. I think he's maybe brought in a couple of people to maybe spice it up a bit. I'm waiting to see. Apparently, I think Hearn said he don't have to say, but it's more likely once the fight is announced, you'll see once the fight's announced.
Yeah. And I'm sure that the fight hasn't been announced yet. I mean,
no, it hasn't been made yet. Yeah.
But
I think that's more to do with the fact that AJ and
Wilder.
No. The guy that he needs to rebox.
Usyk.
I think it's because AJ and Usyk have been offered potential deals to step aside and whatever else that they couldn't really get deep into that conversation until that. But I think it's quite easy to make the Usyk Joshua rematch because Hearn already kind of promotes Usyk anyway, doesn't he? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see on that soon. I know this episode isn't about that. So
no, it's always good to. We're here to talk boxing at the end of the day, man. So you're on the show. It's a special show, man. So big up, man, just for your points, man. Obviously, next topic, we're just going to quickly just touch on it very briefly, and we're going to talk about his potential opponents coming up. But look, Cuz and Daps, one time is back. Keith, one time Furman, obviously, gets his win over El Azteca, Mario Barrios. Cuz, obviously, I know the fight was pretty late, but general thoughts, good win for Furman.
Yeah, so Furman's back from a loss in 2019, was it, when he fought Pacquiao. Now he's beaten somebody who's come from lightweight to welterweight, and now he's demanding for a world title. That's a bit too risky and a bit too soon. I think he needs at least 2 more fights, and then start knocking on the champion's door, because there's a long queue at the end of the day, mate. We still want to see Errol Spence and Terrence.
Yeah, it's true.
And at the moment you've got what's his name? Errol Spence fighting. I've forgotten the guy. Ugas. So
Yeah,
if
Whoa,
Keith
for
Thurman really
third
wants
belt.
that, huh?
that's going to be a
That's
big
going
fight.
to be that's for Spence's third belt, right? That's for the WBA.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, Ugas and Spence, it's a unification bout. So obviously, Spence is the WBC and the IBF champion, and Ugas is the WBA champion. All the belts on the line. So
Yeah.
look, we know what Spence is trying to do here.
Yeah.
Spence,
Get it ready for
just,
that Terence Crawford.
yeah, he just
complete,
wants that
yeah.
last belt
Yeah.
so he could obviously fight Terence Crawford. But Ugas is going to be a tough fight, man. I'm not even going to lie to you, and I'm not even gonna lie to you as well. If you're Keith Thurman, so I'm gonna ask you both. If you're both Keith Thurman and you're looking at like the options, obviously you've got Ugas, you've got Spence, you've got Crawford. He's calling out champions. Who you going for? Who you going for, man?
I would go for. I'll go Ugas, but Ugas is tired. I'm just gonna be fighting Spence. If anything, fight Bud Terrence Crawford.
That would be. What do you think, Daps? Bud versus one time.
I'm just having a quick look at this. I mean, interesting. I'm trying to find Thurman, and he's not in. I'm trying to find him in the rankings.
No, he's not.
Just
He's not
because he
gonna be in
hasn't
the
fought for so long.
Yeah, he's been out for a minute,
Yeah,
man.
he's been
So
out for a while.
because of
Right.
his status, he's gonna just jump the queue. It's just unfortunately that's how boxing
Yeah,
is.
no,
Man.
it's what it is. It's what it is.
Yeah.
And look, we got to be clear as well that when he left, when he got injured, it was the Thurman. Well, it's Crawford's just been out the picture, unfortunately, because of his promoter. So it was pretty much the Thurman, Spence, and guy I love. Can't remember his name. Brooke beat him.
Oh, Brooke, yeah. Sean Porter.
Sean Porter. It was them.
Showtime.
That was the shot. It was them three, wasn't it? Those three were the guys. Did Porter ever fight Thurman? He did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a scrappers. Oh my gosh, the fight. I'm not gonna lie. Whoever's gonna view this fight or hasn't seen that fight, go YouTube Thurman versus Porter, man. That fight was scrappers.
But then so was Spence. Spence Crawford was a scrap as well. But that's what I mean. For me, it's like those four: Spence, Crawford,
That's gonna be a fight, man.
Porter,
Thurman.
Thurman. Them four, yeah, they're fights. They are proper fights. They're elite fights. They're that level that like you aspire to get to that level. Thurman must be probably, well, maybe Porter's the older, but Thurman's getting on a bit now, a little maybe. So I don't think he can be fucking about now. He can't be coming in and thinking I'm going to build my way back up. And he probably doesn't want to be frank with you. He wants to go back in there. I think you're bang on that if he had his way, he would go for Ugas. But that one's tied up. Errol's going to wrap that up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So then, if you look at it, what you've got left is you've probably only really got the Crawford fight. And I think the thing with that is, we know that Crawford will fight whoever is fucking put in front of him. Yeah. He will not give a shit. He'll be like, if Thurman wants it and I have to prove that to get the Spence fight, bring him on right now. Like,
you're 100% right.
And I hope to God, for the good of boxing, right, I hope Spence does get the belt off of Ugas, and then I hope Crawford gets the unification, and I hope Crawford gets to unify, because bruv, he's the best for me. And he's I'm not saying I don't like the other guys. I actually like everyone in this weight, but for me, Crawford, is like, you watch interviews with him. He's a nice, good guy. Like he watches the game, studies the game. Do you ever remember when Crawford called out Conor McGregor?
Oh, swear!
When the cross fights were happening, right, and all the boxers were calling out UFC guys, but saying, "Oh, but it has to be in a ring," or the first fight has to be in a ring, and hope that it never gets put in an octagon. Crawford was like, "I'll fight you in the octagon first, bro. I do a little bit of training here and there." And that's what I mean. The guy, like, he does yoga and all them stuff. Like, the guy is just a realist. And I think because he's had to wait, unfortunately, because of his promoter, it would be a nice story if he gets to unify, because he's had to wait so damn long.
It's true, but you know what's so crazy about Crawford as well is that he's reached the pinnacle that boxers want to reach. He's been undisputed champion, so he's actually gone up, doing a bonus right now, trying to do that again for the welterweight division. And if you look at the divisions, obviously the heavyweights are the heavyweights. That's a massive division, but the welterweight division,
it's always been good though, isn't it? The welterweight is spicy. It's always been.
Spicy.
You know what I think with welterweight as well is it's because it can be spicy because people can step up or move down into it. It's like that weight that if you aspire, it's always been, or maybe it hasn't always been, but for a long time it's been the money making weight. Like it's Mayweather put it on the map.
He just put it on the map.
And Khan obviously wanted that so badly. And we got to say, you know what? This is the thing with Conor Benn. However good Conor Benn is, I struggle to say, bro, you're getting there, but them elites are really elite. I don't know how elite you are yet, Conor.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a massive Conor Benn fan.
So am I. Huge.
I think that in the next. I think this year, man, he needs a big fight, man. He needs
100.
He needs to fight an elite fighter.
Well, the one that obviously Hearn's pushing for is obviously the Broner fight, which I think does make sense because it's a big name. It's a big name, but Broner's going to have to drop some weight for that to happen.
What do you say, man?
With Broner, I mean, come on, let's be fair. Broner was prime, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And Broner's been so inactive for a while now. It's just like it's so unfair now. If Broner was to fight just for money, do you know what I mean? Because Conor, he needs a big opponent, someone who will challenge. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like, look, a lot of people are saying, Conor Benn is overhyped and this and that, but a lot of people don't want to fight him.
Yeah,
of course, you've got the European champion. You've got the European champion, Avanescu, to fight him, but I get where Conor's saying it's like financially don't make sense. Do you know what I mean? If you go out to win a world title, then let's get it on.
You know what the thing is with Conor Benn, I feel like and on the going back to the Broner thing, that's why Hearn is saying that he wants to fight. If Conor's going to fight Broner, he wants it now, right? Broner apparently is saying now I want at least one warm-up fight. It's like, no, we don't want you to warm up. You stay cold. Let Conor go on you cold, because the one thing on Conor's side I would say though is like one of the keys with Conor is AJ often says that he's still learning and he's still on his path. All right, cool. Conor is still learning, Conor is learning on the job. He's amateur. He didn't really do the amateur thing too tough, right? He is learning on the spot. Can you remember when he fought, maybe about his fourth or fifth fight, he fought on, I think, something like a Thursday night in Bethnal Green. And he got punched. He won, but in the first couple of rounds, he got punched up and he came out saying, fucking hell, I'm still learning that this sport is not light. Like, look at my face. He's learning on the spot. But I think what has happened over the last year is the speed he is growing at is crazy. Like, the speed he's developing at is scary, to be frank with you.
It shows you how good Eddie Hearn is with his fighters, man. Because obviously the blueprint is AJ. Pretty much got him fast to where he is, and now he's obviously going to do a job with Conor Benn. And look, it's exciting times for boxing in general, man.
Maybe Thurman will get Thurman Benn 3 fights down the line.
Hey,
that'd be interesting. That will be interesting. Like I said, because if Thurman gets a title shot straight away, me personally, I think that's a bit unfair. Look at all the people
agreed.
Are waiting for a title shot. Do you know what I mean? So if anything, Thurman and Conor Benn, that could be a big fight because Thurman is active.
I think the other thing is when you look at this division, the one thing that I would say is for me, Crawford is you got to be on your game, right? You if I'm Thurman, I'm thinking, am I warm enough to go for Crawford right now? I don't think so. See, the thing with Spence right now, is we don't know too much about Spence no more. Like after his accident and how much that could have taken out of his body, and then even since his accident, hasn't he had to pull out of a fight as well?
He had to pull out of the Pacquiao fight, man.
That is a kind of fight you'd be going into a bit like, well, you know what? He's not too warm neither. Like, we don't know if Spence is the same guy that he was when he fought Porter, when he fought Brook. Like, that is more of one that if I was Thurman, I'd be feeling a lot more comfortable fighting Spence right now than I would be going for Crawford. And
Yeah,
if you
definitely.
if you're patient, have one more fight, let Spence go and get the belt off Ugas, and then fight Spence. It's gonna be a big fight, and you're gonna win 3 belts if you and Spence isn't too warm.
That's what I'm saying, man. That is exactly what I'm saying. Look, lads, man, obviously, I would love to spend the rest of my life talking boxing with you guys, man, because obviously we love the sport that much. But obviously, we're coming up to the period where we're obviously going to end the show, man. But look, Daps, man, I just wanted to once again look, thank you so much for obviously jumping on the show. It's an
So
absolute
thanks for having me,
pleasure.
man.
It's an absolute pleasure having you on. And look, your background is just absolutely tremendous, man. I love that, man.
So, you know what we love, by the way? Just to say, me and Soups love your artwork, and we love not just the way you've like embraced the artwork, yeah, but also the way you kind of use the tool to make like your out of show graphics you use on the socials and that are cold, man. You
Thank
proper
you so
use it.
much, man. Thank you
Is
so
this a
much.
new background yet in the background, by the way?
Yeah, this is the new background. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
he
is the
did it
new
the other day.
background.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
showed me the other day. Yeah.
tremendous,
Yeah.
tremendous job, man. Big up, Soups, man. And look,
Yeah.
this is the team that we have,
Yeah.
man. Look,
Yeah.
this is a great show for everyone to see because obviously Never Foul we're a big family, and just to have Daps jump on the show and to have Soups do our designs and everything. Look,
Yeah.
big up, big up,
You
big
need to
up.
get Ty on more because Ty knows his shit about boxing as well, man. Ty
Ty,
proper knows his stuff about
Ty's an
boxing.
absolute legend,
Yeah,
man. He
and
knows his
we'll
stuff.
do a fight soon. I'm planning on the next fight I go to. I think I'm planning will be Conor Benn. I'm just waiting for that to be announced because I want to see Conor Benn fight in the flesh.
Definitely, man. Let's make it happen. Let's make it look.
Definitely.
Cause obviously it was a special show, and look, we need a special ending, man. How you gonna end this in your sports entertainment way, man? I need something. I need energy right now. What you saying? What you saying?
Well, all I'm gonna say is thank you for tuning in, people. Thank you so much. Remember to like, share, subscribe. I go by the name of Biyenge. My cousin goes by the name of Truly Tre man like Daps.
Yes.
We're out.
Big up, man. Big up. We're out.